Woo! What's happening?
You're funny. Hi everybody. It's Paul Reed Smith and Doug Diamond from Wild West Guitars in California. If you didn't like the wood that we had, you wouldn't be here.
No, and I'll tell you the truth. This company, Paul is a trip, okay? Because Paul is like the living, breathing Leo Fender guy, okay? And he's humble, he doesn't want to hear that shit. But let me just say this, because it's a real opportunity. And this is the most exotic, crazy wood you can find. Watch this. Look.
So what Doug does is he'll come through and he'll wet the wood to try to find out how the stain's going to happen. And
this is going to be a Wild Westy hollow body 2 piezo fueled madness, all right? It's not about the top, okay? It's about the tone. And Paul will be the first to tell you that.
80% of information is brought in with people's eyes. And even when I come in here to make a guitar, I'm very particular on picking the top out. So it's okay. But in the end, it's how it sounds and plays. If you love the way the thing looks and you don't like the way it sounds and plays, it's going to be either under the bed or gone.
And that's the truth, okay? These guitars are workhorses. That's the symbol.
Of all these here on the table, which one's your favorite?
That's a great question, Paul. This thing is like a face in the waves. Here's another face in the waves. It's going to take you on a psychedelic rock and roll trip to the heart of the rock and roll jungle. I also like this one. Shot to Coco, my man. Ow!
It's not shot to Coco, that's
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Bird's Eye Maple. Thank God Paul was here for this. Look at this. Look at this burl. Now, this is what we call the Southwestern. Don't ask me why, but when you see it, this will be adorned with the finest turquoise.
I'd go for this one. That's gonna be stunning. Oh, look! Quilted mahogany.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Let's see what that looks like.
Woo!
So look, here's the deal. If you're looking for an instrument like this or ones that Doug got from the previous times he's been here, the view to the left, or you're looking for something specific, call Wild West, ask for Doug Diamond, and he is an expert in the fact that how many times have you been here? 8, 9, 10?
Oh, this year. Now, I've been doing this for like almost 20 years.
Okay, so
that's a lot of flying. These guys are really top notch, and I would say too, there's a lot of interactive stuff going on. Clients that come with an idea in their head, if you have the idea, these guys can usually make you look very smart. So, thank you, Paul Reed Smith. Thank you, Wonkaville.
you're killing me, Doug.
The reason I really come out here,
Old Bay chips.
the reason I come out here, for real.
Only in Maryland.
That's right. And this is Paul Reed Smith. A great cat.
This guy's a great cat.
We like to compare shirts. And in this instance,
You won today.
I don't know, because there's some subtle things going on here. There's crazy Tasmanian Blackwood. One day, a Tasmanian devil came shooting through the place. I was like, whoa!
So, Doug, let me ask you a question. Where are you born and raised?
I was born and raised in a small town. You know that song, Life in a Northern Town? Westville, Indiana, baby.
So you're an Indiana boy moved to California.
Yes, sir.
And I have never met anybody from Indiana that talks like you. So you must have moved there, what, in high school years?
Well, no, I actually moved there later, which is fascinating, isn't it? But I'll explain what happened. When I was born, okay, and then all through my high school years in Indiana, people thought I was from Texas. I used to say, howdy, Dallas, Van Halen.
Yeah, actually, Van Halen's from California. They're very good band.
But Dave Roth grew up in Bloomington, Indiana.